Hi, my name is Gary Loudermilk, the Product Support Manager with Lofa Industries. I want to go over updating the CAN Plus Suite configuration tool that you would have installed on your computer. First, you would open up your system, click on Checking the System. You click on About, that's going to tell you your version number. We do have a newer version which is 3.10 or 3.10. Go back, click on Update. It'll tell you that an update is available. This is the website you would go to, www.lofa.net/updates. The system was already installed, so you wouldn't need to install the CAN Plus update driver. If this were an initial install, you would install the driver first and then install the software. This would be if you had ordered the hardware kit to be used with the suite, and you'd load the software off of our website. So you click on this is what you want to install. The easiest way is click on Open. You want to click on the CAN Plus Suite MSI. Of course, you'll have to agree to the usage and license agreement just like you would with any software. This is to be used only with our product. Usually would select it for everyone. Next, and go through the installation. You'll get a progress bar advising you on the progress of the installation, and it's installed. Click Close. Close here. Close this. And you want to close out this screen to complete the installation. Exit. Then you have the icon that's on your desktop. It's the CAN Plus in black with a white background. If you click it, now you can look at the system and About, and it is version 3.10, 3.10. Want to point out a couple of new items with this version of the firmware and the configuration tool. Click on New. Notice that you do have CP620 and the CPTI, which is the throttle board that goes with the CP620. Well, we'll get into those in a future training video. Want to focus on the CP750 and the I/O board that goes with it. Of course, you're still able to program the CP600 with this tool. So we're going to go through like we're going to create a new configuration. So you click on the CP750, the CPIO, Create. One of the first things you will notice is that you have an engine type. This is specific for the Tier 4, Tier 4i units. You would select the engine you would have. If you had a Tier 3 or before, or a passive regen engine that had no user interface for the regen process, you would select that. So if you had a John Deere, you'll notice that you've got some boxes checked here that's specific to the John Deere engine that you would have to go through and set it up for that unit with the user interface requirements designated with it. Also, the engine type has nothing to do with the system where you select between electronic or mechanically governed engines. That's still available. You could have a mechanical or electronic engine that you would control this with. Another item that is available on this is these are the Modbus capable. You would select Modbus. The standard configuration that this is in is the Modbus is disabled. If you enable it, you can do where you just have a Modbus that all it is monitoring the system, or a Modbus full control. This would give you the options for how long before the reply, the slave ID, and your baud rate, and whether it's even parity or odd parity. So you can select that and change it. We strongly suggest that you get the configuration tool if you're getting a unit that you're going to be using for Modbus, to enable any changes you need, and also if there's any updates that come out on this. There is a separate document that explains the registers and everything for the Modbus. Also, what we've added in the auto start function for the transducer, we've given the user the ability to decide what happens if you have a excuse me, not a Modbus, but a transducer signal fault. You would come down here and look, and you've got the standard is shutdown is fault. You can also select warning fault, and it would go to the run RPM that is programmed in your throttling parameters in your auto start functions, or you would get a warning fault and it would go to idle RPM. With these two, it will not shut down. If you have shutdown as fault, you'll get the red LED and the engine will shut down. These options are also selectable through the display, so the user on site, and you can have units in different applications. You can decide what needs to happen if that transducer signal is lost. These are a few of the items that we've added to the new tool. Also, if you look here on your start button, you're going to have the CAN Plus update, which would be where if you were updating the firmware on the panel from the older firmware to newer firmware. You can create a shortcut for this by just dragging it and dropping it onto your desktop. And what this is, and if you look, you'll have your firmware versions are available through this. And we'll go through the update process for the panel for updating firmware in your panel in a future training video. I appreciate your attention. Hope this was beneficial to you. Also, if you would review the LOFA CAN Plus configuration kit, that tells you what comes with the kit if you're curious as to what all you're getting, if you're thinking about purchasing it. Thank you again for your attention.